If you haven't had an opportunity to watch As Above, So Below, the 2014 horror flick, stop listening now. Major spoilers, here we go. When a team of explorers ventures into the catacombs that lie beneath the streets of Paris, they uncover the dark secret that lies within the city of the dead. This is a movie about the end of the world, the end of your current world, the end of your current state, the end of your current mind. It flips everything that you've ever known, loved, cared about, your religion, your thoughts, your beliefs. It flips it on its head, and you're faced with looking at yourself in the mirror. You're faced against yourself. All of your fears, everything that you've tried to hide behind, it's all released, man, down in these catacombs, man. It's genius, man. This director, man, John Dodell, I think he did a great job, man. I was a little bit worried, like this material wasn't going to come across correctly. And he ended up doing it. He ended up presenting it in a way that you have the occult in there, you have the New World Order, you have the Illuminati, you have As Above, So Below, you have religion, you have all these different elements that are relatable today inside of today's society, present on the screen and presented in a way that is very entertaining. You get a history lesson in this movie. So if you left this movie and you were like, man, that was a good movie, I want to go learn about this stuff. Is this stuff real? What are the catacombs? Where's Paris? Is this As Above, So Below stuff? Is this real? Does this actually exist? And, what's Solomon's Temple? What is Isis? What is Ra? What is all these different Egyptian symbols? You'll be able to go and research that stuff, and you'll find out about it, man. There's a girl called Scarlett, played by Perdita Weeks. She has a boyfriend named George, played by Ben Feldman. There's a cameraman named Benji, played by Edwin Hodge. And then there's a whole bunch of French people. And these French actors are amazing, man. They're brilliant, man. Pappy, I think, was like one of my favorite ones. You have Soxy, Zed. Those are ones, and then after that, I can't remember the creepy dude in Hell. I can't remember his name, man. But all those characters are really, really good, man. But definitely Benji was definitely my favorite one, man, because he was just real. He was like, I'm the cameraman. I'm here to document this experience, and you trying to understand, what happened with your father. Continue on with your father's research, but let's do this smart, okay? Let's not rush, let's not run, let's not separate. It was just awesome, man. So you go into the catacombs, man. Scarlett leads you into the catacombs. Prior to that, she's on this excavation dig. She's on this, archaeological trip in I think Iran. And there's this building that she is going to find one of her contacts in. They move this dresser drawer. There's a hole behind the dresser drawer that leads into this tunnel. This tunnel leads deep down into these ancient tombs. And then inside the ancient tomb, there's this writing, this old ancient writing that you see on there. And there's really no need to talk about the writing or anything like that. But it's one of the writings that is most common in history, okay? Like one of the first writings, okay? If you know what that is, go and do that. We're not going to discuss that right now. She grabs this little chisel. She hammers it on the wall. All of a sudden, the wall begins to break away. And then she finds this giant... the best way I could say it is a statue that old people, and when I mean old people, people back in the biblical days, back in the BC area, used to worship, okay? And this, I guess you can say golden calf, but it's not golden. It's kind of like a wooden calf. It has all this stuff written on there. This stuff leads you to Paris with this guy that is in charge of alchemy back in the day, okay? And I guess you can let's call him the father of alchemy, man, because that's kind of what they stated inside of there. And I don't want to give you a history lesson in here, but go research all this stuff. Everything lines up. It's perfect. It's a perfect movie, man. After they find this tomb where this alchemist dude is at, they're trying to find more clues that lead them to complete her father's research, and Scarlett's father's research. They pick up this tablet. On the back of it, this old alchemist type chemical reaction thing they used to use, this method to hide stuff. She gets some cleaning kit solution, sprays it on there, lights a match, and it reveals the clue. Okay. Anyway, fast forward. That takes you into the catacombs. How do they get into the catacombs? There's a guy called Papillon, and Pippi or Pappy. He is, I guess you can say, like the most smugglest dude. He's a smuggler in Paris, okay? And this Papillon dude leads Scarlett, Benji, George, and a couple of other French people into the catacombs. As they get down to the catacombs, all hell pretty much breaks loose, man, from the beginning. It's a bad idea because the catacombs that they're breaking into are protected and guarded by the Paris police. The Paris police immediately, I mean, this is one of the scariest scenes because you think everything's good. Okay, they're just going to crawl down into the catacombs. Everything's going to be fine. Well, all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose because this cop comes out, runs and charges and hits George and Scarlett and Pappy and Benji, and they start wrestling him. Anyway, they get away. They run down into the catacombs. They throw smoke bombs and stuff like that to get away from the police. And then once they're down there, you learn a little bit of the history of these catacombs. And these catacombs, if you get lost down here, you're not going to find your way back. You'll be lost forever. And a couple of the people that they are, the French people, the French characters inside of this film, like Pappy and Soxy and Zed, they know of a person that has been lost down there, and they've never seen him before. He's been gone for 6 to 10 years. He's gone. And So the tour guide, and when I say tour guide, I mean Pappy. Pappy tells them we must go this way. We have to crawl over these bones through this tunnel, and that will lead us to this section of the catacombs that has not been explored yet. And this is where your father's secrets and everything will be revealed. Okay. Well, they start crawling across these bones. Benji starts panicking. There's a cave in. Benji escapes. Everybody escapes, but they're right back in the same spot that they were just at, and to the right of them was the location where he said, don't go down that way. That way will lead to death. And our friend was down there, okay? And it's crazy because they crawled straight, but they ended up crawling in a circle. And that was just fascinating. The way that the camera worked and the angles and stuff. Immediately in the film, when Benji's character, the cameraman, he starts panicking and he's claustrophobic and he begins to panic while he's crawling over these bones, you begin to feel exactly what this film is going to do, and that's going to make you uncomfortable. You know, you are literally about to crawl down into hell, man. And after that, it's game on, man. Anyway, they break down the wall, and they go through the direction that, is the only way that they can go. And the reason why they decided to go there rather than turn around is because there is, I guess, a possibility of hidden treasure. And this hidden treasure leads to the Knights Templar. It leads to religion, and it's just really a beautiful display of how history was utilized to tell this story, to make this movie so great. And once they get into there, they see their friend who has been lost. Now, their friend is, I'm telling you, man, it's so freaky because he's standing there in the dark, complete darkness. He doesn't have flashlights. Everybody else has headlamps and cameras. But this dude that has been lost for 5 or 6 years, he's standing down there and he knows exactly where they're at. It freaks me out so bad, I scream out loud. And then all of a sudden, man, he says, "You want to know the way out?" And he looks so weird, man. His eyes are, his pupils are dilated because he's been down there in the darkness so long. To be honest, I don't even know even at the end of this movie, I don't know if this guy was real, if he was a spiritual being, if he was like a ghost or a demon. I don't know, but he leads them down this dark path, man. We're going to stop there. We'll continue on with the review of As Above, So Below. Thanks again for listening. Go to part 2 to continue with this. Or maybe this is part 3, but just go to the next video.